Today is June 29th, 2026, and this is our news brief on tech and small business. The US government gates OpenAI's GPT-5.6 launch to trusted partners. OpenAI released 3 new models, Sol, Terra, and Luna, under the GPT-5.6 family on June 26. At the Trump administration's request, access was restricted to a small group of trusted partners, with broad commercial availability delayed by weeks. Sol is OpenAI's most capable model to date, with top-tier performance in coding, biology, and cybersecurity. OpenAI previewed all 3 models with the government before launch and is working with the administration to build a repeatable screening process for future releases. So a bit of context, Trump administration rolled back Biden-era AI regulations early in 2026 via an AI action plan explicitly designed to reduce regulatory friction. This gating decision represents a direct policy reversal. There is currently no transparent, consistent framework defining how or when the government screens AI models before commercial release. OpenAI stated publicly, "We don't believe this kind of government access process should become the long-term default. It keeps the best tools from users, developers, enterprises, cyber defenders, and global partners who need them." So here's some implications to this. Businesses outside the trusted partner list cannot access the most capable models, with no published criteria for how companies qualify for that list. The pattern of pre-launch government screening could extend to all future frontier AI releases, adding political review cycles to what were previously commercial timelines. Operators building products on OpenAI's API now face a new risk layer. Model availability can be gated by Washington, not just engineering readiness. So to sum it up, they just threw a wrench into any timelines. There should be clear documented processes of this is the timeline, how long the government should take to review certain things, but no one really knows. That's the scary part. It may be partially managing the risk of AI and being spread out, but the other part I think is hugely politics and power and control, unfortunately. And how I see things is, yeah, the US government can do this for only so long until other countries like China, they're releasing their own AI systems and their own flagship where, well, that's from China and there's no way US can stop that. Trump administration partially restores Anthropic's Mythos 5 after emergency shutdown. June 12th, the administration gave Anthropic 90 minutes to take Fable 5 and Mythos 5 offline, citing national security concerns. On June 27th, the Commerce Department partially reversed the ban, restoring access to Mythos 5s for approximately 100 US companies, including the foreign employees working in the US. The Department of Defense lawsuit against Anthropic remains active on a separate legal track. The government did not provide Anthropic with specific details of the national security concern at the time of the shutdown. A little more context, Anthropic already built safeguards on both models specifically to limit cyber capabilities before release. The government concluded that these safeguards could be bypassed. The 90-minute takedown window was unprecedented. No prior commercial AI deployment had been pulled by the government order in real time. And OpenAI, facing its own government engagement over GPT 5.6, separately agreed to allow the administration to screen users before broader rollout. So implications, again, businesses now face a demonstrated precedent of mid-deployment government-mandated AI shutdowns with no advance warning. So to sum it up, if you are a business that's using flagship models, there's no certainty that it may be disabled, and you have to have backups, right? You have to have other solutions, test even if they're not the smartest flagship models, you have your other models. Or what I would do is also even have some open source or offline, self-hosted models that is managed by your own environment, right? You won't get the best, obviously, but at least your whole system doesn't shut down. Having a little more redundancy, right? Imagine this, right? Redundancy from the government, shutting you down. Next one is Google DeepMind loses 5 decorated researchers in 1 week. Alphabet sheds $270 billion in market cap. 5 senior Google DeepMind researchers departed for Anthropic and OpenAI within a single week in June 2026. We got Nobel Prize winner John Jumper and Transformer co-author Noam Scheiser, along with researchers Jones Adler, Alexander, and Arthur Conmey. Sorry if I butcher your names. Alphabet stock fell 7% on June 2nd, its steepest single-day drop in over a year. 3 of the 4 researchers moving to Anthropic were core contributors to AlphaFold, the protein structure prediction system that earned the 2024 Nobel Prize in Chemistry. So a little more context, Anthropic's pre-IPO valuations reached $965 billion, generating equity incentives powerful enough to recruit Nobel-level talent away from one of the world's largest companies. Internal compute resource conflicts at Google are cited as secondary drivers of the departures. ChatGPT's US market share fell below 50% for the first time during this period, reflecting a genuinely fragmented, competitive AI landscape. So implications, departure of AlphaFold core scientific team is a structural loss of Google's scientific AI and safety research pipeline. This is not a routine attrition deal. Anthropic and OpenAI are concentrating the world's top AI researchers at an accelerating rate, compressing their R&D advantage over the field. Investors are repricing Google's AI leadership with the $270 billion market loss tied to talent departures, not earning misses. The next one is Bluehost study. 87% of small businesses use AI. Only 20% feel proficient, and 3 times revenue gap separates the 2 groups. So Bluehost's inaugural State of Small Business AI Confidence Study, released June 25th, found that 87% of small business owners use at least one AI tool, with over half using AI every day. Only 20% of owners feel proficient with AI, which is 6% highly trust AI to write in their brand voice. High confidence AI users are nearly 3 times as likely to see revenue gains as low confidence owners, 65% versus 23%. Owners with more than 2 years of AI experience are approximately 2 times as likely to see positive revenue impact as newer users, 55% versus 27%. So a little more context, study surveyed 350 US small business owners across a broad mixture of industries. The study examined adoption, confidence, trust in customer-facing AI, time and revenue ROI, AI research awareness, and appetite for agentic AI. This is Bluehost's first study of its kind. There's no prior business baseline comparison. The AI confidence divide is already a revenue divide. Businesses that have built genuine AI fluency are pulling ahead, while major remain in trial and error mode. Brand voice is the single largest trust barrier. 94% of owners are unwilling to let AI represent their brand publicly without heavy human oversight. Operators who close the confidence gap fastest through constant use, training, or delegation to AI literate partners hold the clearest advantage in the second half of 2026. This is a little my personal take. I use AI every day, and so does my team, and I definitely see this in play. It's in the beginning, it's very difficult. Like, AI is just this scary thing, it feels like, especially when you get into the agentic side, where it starts taking over your systems, your laptop, your computer, and you worry about, like, hey, is it going to do the right thing? And you're very careful on what you're doing. But just over time, it's like building those muscles with confidence. You don't try to lift like 300 pounds or 400 pounds all at once, right? The first time, you slowly work your way up and build those muscles. And AI is the same thing. You work on small things, low risk things, and you build your way up to, you start solving small problems, and then you eventually build things to solve big problems. So that's your report as of June 29th of 2026.